Hey there, beloved Ascension pioneers. I'm trying something different today with the camera. I hope it works, I hope it gets all of my face or whatever. And I just, I want to try something new. There's so many mosquitoes out there in the woods that I just can't put my camera somewhere and focus. And I'm already all bitten. It's the summer and it's so hot, and all the creatures and pests come out to play and to bite and to whatever. So I want to give a short message, a beautiful message I want to share today about soul companionships, soul messages, and yeah, I want to make it short before my hand starts hurting, because I am holding camera up, and would be good to have a cameraman, from time to time. Yesterday something beautiful happened, and I want to share this with you. I already was writing about it on Facebook in the evening, and it was a really nice experience, actually. I'm gonna try to walk like this. There was this feeling lately inside of me that I somehow feel very isolated, from people and everything, because I'm so focused on my personal developments and the move. There's so many steps that are intertwined in this, and there's a lot of activity and things and errands, so very hectic. And when I'm not doing that, I'm trying to post something and record, and when I'm not, I'm really guided to take time just for me, just for myself. So the thing is, I felt some kind of sensation that I wish to be in more deep contact, at least with my soul, and feel a bit more magic. So what happened was, I kept receiving, these couple of days, messages about soul family, about soulmates, soul connections, and usually what the mind does with most people, for example, you receive an oracle card saying soulmate connection, you're like, oh, partnership, intimate relationships, and it's not always about that. We can't be so focused only in that direction. There's so many members of our soul family scattered around the globe, and for me personally, it's been very hard to connect to that. And I have been told by one of the galactic shamans in my reading 2 years ago that I have family, especially in some countries that are also connected with the Jesus and Mary bloodline, which I belong to. And all the time I knew and felt they were there. And although a lot of people think that I am their soul family as well, and they feel connected to me, but sometimes we confuse this, because we feel the love in someone and we think they're a soul family. It's not always just the case. So our soul family is, like I said, the extended soul family, like a group, head over soul, that shares very similar, same soul awareness. It might be some different fractions to it, but there's a common root to it, and we recognize these people. We feel a deep adoration for each other. We feel this deep sense of family and home, like a reunion. So what happened yesterday, just after me asking my soul for a bit of that magic, after all that I'm involved in right now, and I just craved for just tiny connection to this space of magic and this adventure. And what happened yesterday was, after posting my status about not being online so much, I received this message from a beautiful being, and she said to me, you don't have to explain it to anyone. Enjoy your personal freedom. You cannot give from an empty space anyway. You are here to just be you and enjoy this space. You do so much. Your mission is just by you walking. It's just, I feel you. She said she had a dream about me, and she was somehow guided to come to my page a while ago. And one of my writings helped her a lot at that time, and she just felt that connection. And then we started talking and writing to each other. And I felt that the message she gave me was a soul message, because many people come, in their life, and they try to give you messages, but these messages, you will feel whenever a message is soul-based or when it's ego-based, and you just know, because when you're connected to your soul, you just know. So what happened was, I felt her words. She was constantly saying how she feels me, how she feels my purpose. She was giving me these messages that she said she so rarely gives to someone. They're very intimate, and they happen not very often, and it's like how I felt for me, and rare people can give me guidance. Most of my life, when I was when I was still awakening and I met different people on my journey, there were so little of them that were capable, and even those who were giving me guidance were already telling me, you already know everything. And I remember one time I went to this woman who had this workshop. This was like 3 years ago or more. And she didn't say anything to me, only to other people. And I said to her, why am I not receiving any cards or messages? And she said, because you know it all. It's not important for you. I'm like, whoosh, I was just the observant, you know, and I was like, oh, although it felt good to hear that, it also felt like I felt a bit abandoned, you know, there in a corner, she was not giving me any messages, but at the same time it felt good, because wow, I'm special. And we all are, you know, that's not what I mean, but what I wanted to say is, there was this beautiful experience yesterday, and I felt really connected. So when I was walking, I walked away from the computer for a while, and I had this thought, oh, that's what this oracle card was today, about this is the soul connection, and I instantly had goosebumps, and then I tell her, and she had goosebumps as well, and then we ended talking about some things, about awareness, and we just had very same knowing, very same things, and it was very much the love, the appreciation for the soul, so the soul love, and understanding of each other's purposes, and the twin soul paths and all of that. So it was such a nice experience. It left me with so much magic, and I wish to share that with you and let you know that these experiences are not to be taken for granted. All of our soul connections, they're very rare because we're scattered all around the globe. So whenever you meet someone like that, you will recognize that by the instant feeling of gratitude and appreciation for each other, you know, just how they share love with you, how they tell you how much you're loved and honored, and just makes you feel so divine, which you are. And soul connections are always about making us aware of our divinity. There's a lot of people who say that soulmates are the one who have these difficult relationship and challenging relationship with us, but these are usually people from other soul groups, because we learn through that contrast. We are triggered by that contrast. But people from our direct soul family and extended soul family, you know, the head over soul, these people will make us feel nothing but divine and really, really cherished and honored. This is the difference. Anyway, in the second part, I'll be addressing the soul messages, okay? Hey guys, anyway, I needed to switch the camera, the hand. Ouch, this hand started hurting, so I switched the hands to say a bit more about the soul messages. Just this weekend, you know, when I was hiking and I was communing with my soul, and instantly downloading, you know, what you ask, you receive, because it's already in you. This is the soul awareness type of channeling. It's actually sourcing through your own soul. So I was just directly getting messages, and I asked my soul, okay, is my way of service, of being of service, shifting in a way that I directly will make a video and just ask questions and just source them through? And it was a lot going in the direction of yes. So I might do one of those videos lately. And this was very much confirmed when I was talking to that individual yesterday. And it was a very pleasant experience, because you just share from soul. And it's still very rare, because a lot of people, when they like you, they think, oh, this is my soul family, but actually they just see a mirror in you, the qualities that they want to express as well, that are already within them. And it's not always about the soul family. The soul family connection is different. It makes you feel like you've just met each other in another body. And it's very important right now, you know, not just this twin soul connections, but these soul family reunions that are actually not always taking place in the physical, but they're reminding us of our purpose. So what happened for me yesterday when I received that soul message, I was instantly activated in more magic and more peace and more bliss, and instantly had the divine remembrance increased. So what we do in soul family, we trigger each other even deeper. So it's kind of like encouraging and very comforting for us when we receive such guidance and connections. And the important part of what I wish to share here now is why can we only receive soul-based messages through members of our soul family, is because they share the same soul awareness with us. They understand, so they can channel right back, they can tune right into your soul, into the group over soul, and they will share messages. We can get messages elsewhere as well, but they will come from other places and different levels of understanding, which will oftentimes, again, they can be addressed and they can resonate with us. But soul-based messages are someone who taps directly into your soul, because they belong to the same root anyway as well, to the same trunk of the tree. So it's not the same, you see, it's really not the same. It's not so much important, but how you will know is you will feel. You will feel when it will be a soul-based message, because it's like your heart will jump right out of your chest, and you will feel this deep sense of comfort and love and understanding, and like somebody's confirming what you already know in a very deep sense. So what the person did for me, she also shared some messages about my love life, which I felt myself, and it was this deep confirmation and this deep knowing that, again, it triggered me into more more magical, you know, someone who just understands you on a very deep level, who sees you because they know themselves, they see themselves. So soul-based messages are actually, they can only come through members of your soul family. And like I said in one of my videos about channeling and sourcing, when you're really sourcing, you're tuning into your own soul awareness. You're not channeling from outside of yourself into another group of consciousness. And consciousness, in root, it's all one, but there are soul families that spread out. There are members of the same soul rays, and they usually, a lot of times, there are these groups that come in together, you know, and as volunteer souls. It's not always easy, you know. Sometimes we feel we're alone because physically we might feel isolated. But there will always be, at the exact moments when we need it the most, there'll come these people that will give us these soul messages that are very important for us and our growth. And when we receive them, we feel this immense feeling of this gift that is shared with us through the divine. And it's just this deep acknowledging, you know, of the divine within them, recognizing the divine within us. And I just really wish to encourage you to honor and cherish these soul connections, to not take them for granted, and when you will experience them, you will know. Like I said, a lot of people think they met a member of their soul family just because they like them or they have a deep sense of awareness and they feel attracted to that. You know, you might meet someone who might like you romantically and they think, oh, you're my soul family. But it's not always that. If you have learning to do with each other, you know, a lot of the third dimensional couples, I like to say, they're learning through contrast still because they choose so. This is what activates them deeper. When you get to a higher level and of ascension, you will always be guided more to connect to soul family and to your twin soul and to the same soul awareness, because you really deeply know yourself, you know all of your soul fragments, and you really wish to only travel on the soul awareness. So this is what I wanted to share with you today, and I really am hoping you're having some of those magical connections as well. And it's really important to know that whatever kind of type of message you receive, soul-based, ego-based, it doesn't matter. Everything comes to you, to us, for a reason. It needs to be dealt with through discernment, through neutral observation. A lot of times you might hear something we like. And that will, many times, just because we like it doesn't mean it's coming from soul. It might come from that ego space because we hear what we wish to hear. I remember I had a person like that in my life, and it was actually a very hypocritical connection, because they were always telling me what I wanted to hear to please my ego. They were always turning by the wind, and at the end, when my spirit revealed the truth, it was not very pleasant what was actually happening behind my back. And when you have a soul connection, it's just pure love. It's just pure appreciation for one another. It's that adoration space, because you're actually looking at yourself in a mirror in another body, because members of our head over soul, we all came here to do so. It's like you're meeting yourself in a slightly moderated parallel sense, but it is you. It is watching like a reflection of you. This is really important at this time when we're deeply connecting. So guys, I got a visitor. All of a sudden when I was talking, I looked back and it was this big dog coming to greet me and sniff at me. So anyway, to conclude this video, besides telling you that I made quite a fitness today, I didn't go for a run to my usual destination with the fitness appliances there. They have these stuff they built there. It's really fun, you know, physical exercise, so I can move all the boxes when I'm going to actually physically move now soon. And besides that, I wish to say that why this is important on part of our journey is the moment we start really connecting to our soul awareness, to really deeply merging with ourselves, we will always get these connections. They will come at us when we least expect it. You know, it's the same with the twin soul. It comes when we are not even thinking about it. You know, my soul always tells me, you'll be surprised. You will be surprised, and your focus needs to be where it is. And just being totally unattached, detached, and the moment you really love yourself, and it's what the person said to me yesterday, we've been in couples before, we have been practicing this, we know this kind of love, but we are learning self-love, and it's all about self-love now, and the deepest merging with your own self with a capital S. And I said, yes, this is what it's about. And then we can really start joining in greater groups and in couplings that are divine. And it's just it. So guys, also on this note, I would like to remind you that I recorded this beautiful interview with my friend and a divine companion, Katerina Illich, pardon me. And she is this great loving soul. And we co-created this beautiful interview, which I'm posting today on my Facebook page, on my webpage, and you can see it in my upcoming newsletter as well. So all links will be given and shared. In the meantime, I have some physical stuff to do, really physical. So when I'm going to be away, you know what I'm really doing. And greeting you from my sacred space. Have lots of amazing moments and connections with your own members of the soul. Take care. Bye.